Right. Go.
All right. Hello. Welcome to episode 62 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I am Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
We're just two guys drinking beer, talk what's going on. We have the beautiful man, Ray, with us again tonight.
Oh, guapo.
El Guapo.
Mhm.
I guess we're live again. I'd like to try to do this every week just because I think it's why not? Because typically speaking, we're pretty regimented in terms of what time we hit record anyway.
Unless we run into a technical issue.
Every now and then, like one person being asleep and then having computer issues on top of that. But shit happens. We all get it. I mean, I've slept from the beginning of the show before.
Yep.
Oh, you need a mute button, dude.
I got one.
You need a COVID vaccine, Brian.
He's got the Rona. What do you guys want to talk about? We got a bunch of stuff. Not much of it really relates to each other except for little small pockets.
Talk about Pembroke.
All right. Well, we had this DEI thing, diversity, equity, and inclusion thing that the select board put into a place. And then they had a vote to disassemble it. And the vote to break it apart went through. And the people in charge, the select board said, we don't care, and kept doing what they were doing anyway. I think this is a big deal.
Mhm.
And especially because not only did they completely ignore the vote of the people, and it wasn't like a vote you have like in a city, it's a town hall, an actual town hall. Our votes are yay and nay.
Mhm.
And they didn't care. And I don't know, it's like, what's the point? And it's actually making a big deal because technically speaking, that wasn't it was a non-binding vote. That was technically a poll, I guess. But what was the point of all this effort? And once that's what they said they wanted to do, why didn't you go with it from there? And all they're trying to do is teach division. They want to point out how people are different. And I don't think that's a good idea.
Mm.
Nothing gets better by pointing out how people are different from each other, you know?
Oh, dude, I don't know if you remember growing up before. They used to be like, "Oh, you're special," you're special, you're special. Now they're like, "You're different," from everybody else and stuff. You need to go to your group. Go.
Well, my mama told me special is another word for retarded.
Yeah. So no, but that's the generation. Like that's why we got a lot of privileged kids. And I don't know how we jump from special privileged kid to like victimhood, like overnight. It's like crazy.
Well, because these
And
kids today, man, they have no idea what's going on. They've never experienced hardship in their entire lives. I mean, they're so used to being able to literally pull the phone out of the pocket and talk to it. And then 20 minutes later, a pizza shows up at the front door. And they think this is just the way the world is. They have no idea what kind of amazing privileges they have.
yeah,
While they're saying disassemble the system, I hate privilege. And it's just driving me nuts. Like, I don't think you understand what would happen if what you're saying should happen actually occurred. It's like your new cell phone would cost $10,000. And you would be working 20 hours a day, or at least 15.
yeah,
People just don't understand this. They seem to think that the technology that they were born with is just here and available and it should be free.
yeah. It took years to get where we are right now. 2,000 years actually.
Yeah, and it took a lot of private people spending a lot of money from their own pockets setting something up.
Yeah.
and trying to build something. And if they made a good product, it's sold.
Yeah. So like whatever. So they're gonna take a vote and they're not gonna go what people say. So what the fuck? Like, is the point of it? You know, it's like they don't like democracy, like the part of democracy. Like democracy just died on
Well,
there,
yeah. Hmm.
and also I saw a meme which is awesome. It's like, okay, stop calling it public school because is the government said the government run it, the government fund it, and the government do what they're gonna do. So it's not public anymore. It's a government school. Yeah, we pay taxes on it, but we're not getting
That's
what we
what
want.
public means, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you got a say on it, but now you don't. The government got a say on it.
Oh, I'll give you that one. I definitely have less. I might get arrested if I go nuts at a PTA meeting because apparently I'm a terrorist. Like what happened to that guy in Loudoun County after his daughter was butt raped in a bathroom?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
DA showed up to make sure he gets the maximum sentence for that.
Yeah, and that's actually the argument they're using, the footage they're using to justify treating these people like terrorists. Is it? I think tossing a couple chairs and cussing a couple people out was kind of a mild reaction, honestly.
Yeah.
You know? Let's be fair here, Ray.
Yeah.
You would not have been that calm, would you?
Hell no.
No.
Like, that's why I'm scared. Like sending my kids to school now. Like, and they're not gonna call it public school no more. Let's call it what it is: a government school. It's run by the government, maintained by the government, and they do what they want to do. The public got no say on it, so it's a government school.
Sorry, I missed half that. The wife asked me a question about trying to. She doesn't have her headphones, and she was wondering if she could play her stuff out loud. And I was like, "Oh, don't worry, it won't pick it up. The microphone won't get it."
But yeah, it's like I was saying, like I'm scared to send my kids to school now because if it's like you don't get no say on it. They come over here with a gun, they take your money, taxes, because if you don't pay your taxes, guess what? Men with guns are gonna come arrest you. They do what they want to do. So it's a government school. It's not a public school no more.
Well, that's what
Government
public
funded.
school means, though, is that it's public because anyone can go and everyone pays into it.
Yeah, but you don't get any say on it.
Well, isn't McAuliffe backtracking now saying he never said that?
Yeah, we got video of it. Dude, it's 2021. This video's of it. Yeah,
He
not
says
like
he's
that.
been taken out of context.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit. Who's
And
the
he
other
doubled
guy?
down when he got interviewed by Wavy 10. You know,
Yeah, exactly. He doubled down.
and I guess somebody told him like, "Hey, you need to back out." From what you're saying. But it's late. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
I already voted.
You mailed it in.
Nope, I went in person and did early voting.
Vote early, vote often.
You know it. I'll vote at least once. No, I'm gonna be out of town for the election, so
Okay. I'm just scared to vote early because they're like, okay, we need to match that vote. Somebody else. But yeah, it's getting a lot of commercial about it. It's hopefully Virginia flip. Hopefully, but we'll see.
it's a toss up right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that. No, I'm surprised it's even an available option, honestly, because you kept covering up blackface after all that came out, and no one batted an eye.
Yeah.
Well, there's big news about Colin Powell
He did.
from COVID.
Yeah, what he was like 84 years old and had blood cancer.
Still, COVID killed him.
Obviously.
Fully vaccinated. And then so.
Yeah, fully vaccinated. I don't know.
One of the
Okay.
European health organizations said that people above 80 should not be getting the COVID vaccine.
I saw something about that. People above 80, the most likely to die of COVID.
Right.
Well, you have to realize he had blood cancer. He had he had other stuff on him. He
Yeah,
was
but
weak already. He was
they're
weak.
blaming it all on COVID, though.
Yeah, like he just died of old age. When did this gonna like people die of old age? You know, your body deteriorates.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, your body's going downhill fast.
I'm gonna have to make another tinfoil hat. I'm starting to have crazy thoughts on how this was actually intentionally made in a laboratory and intentionally released upon the public to weed out the elderly and the immunocompromised, to only leave the
Working
strong
well.
behind, to be able to build a new society that costs less money to operate.
Why is Fauci still around?
Because as long as people follow Fauci, the weak will keep dying.
Have you watched Fauci's new documentary on Amazon Prime?
No, I have not. I heard he got a 97% of Rotten Tomatoes,
That good, huh?
or whatever
yeah,
the critics says.
not by the people, by the freaking
Yeah, the critics.
the critics. Thank
The
you.
people gave him like 23% or something like that, or like 3 or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
When you Rotten Tomatoes say is bad, probably the movie's good. Like, yep, let me go watch it.
Well, it sounds like it was. It sounds like
yeah,
it was obvious propaganda.
Oh yeah, it's all propaganda.
That's no fun. Like, well, who are you trying to get to watch this, and whose mind are you trying to change at this point, or are you just trying to radicalize people to get? Look at you falling back asleep. You creep. How much did you smoke today?
Not enough.
Not enough. I told you about it, dude. Slow down.
I
I
did
bet
slow
you not
down.
nearly as much as me.
No.
Oh, I spent a lot of time.
More than Ray.
Yeah, we
Really?
were talking earlier. Like, are you gonna be in the show? Like, yeah. He's like, and we started talking about he went sailing. Like, oh, how was it? Like, boring because there's no wind. I'm like, oh, okay. They start mentioning smoking over here. Like, well, don't get too high, though. We don't want you to fall asleep. Like, no, I got this. I got this. He fucking fell asleep. He got home around 5. Like, fuck, Ray was right. Let me go take a nap. He went to sleep.
So you hear about this whole Ohio college student that was all butthurt?
Yeah, I'll send you guys the link.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, okay. And he didn't want the cisgender. Okay, first of all, the heterosexual. We don't even know that. They could be gay, you know. So
What difference does that make? Like,
I don't know, but I say he just assuming because they look manly, they're just man, you know, heterosexual. So, and he wanted he wanted the LGBT community to be more represented for construction. Like, that's fine. Nobody's stopping them from getting a job in construction, you know. And like, dude, why you complaining about it? Like, you're not paying for it. You know, he's complaining because they're interrupting him. The man,
there's safe space.
not safe space. Like, I would just like he was like it's annoying. Actually, so stupid. It's so annoying.
I don't know what
Like,
safe space is supposed to mean. Like, you're not allowed to have heterosexual white men in the safe space.
so he this is the guy is a transgender from female to man. So if you transgender from female to man, men don't got no safe spaces.
Got what now?
A man don't got a safe space. Every you get exposed to danger as a man. You know.
Yeah, but I got a feeling that even most of these dudes that live in like the tighter cities don't deal with a lot of this bullshit.
No, but I'm saying like he wanted to they sue them Is a transgender to man, I think. So he want to be a man, but you cannot be around other men. So like, what do you expect?
Yeah, you want to act like you want to hang with the boys. We're gonna treat you like one of the boys, right?
Yeah. And nobody's stopping you from like, to become one of the construction guys, start your own little company. LGBTQ fucking AC fixing ACs.
Well, nobody wants to work with butt hurt Kurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna make
And it's
that a
like,
thing. That's gonna be the new funny thing. To be the person whose butt's always hurt. It's gonna be butt
the
hurt
butt
Kurt.
hair of the week.
Oh well, no, not the butt hurt of the week. Actually, I might have the. Oh, that might be good too. Actually, the most butt hurt of the week.
Yeah. See, always lunches and ideas, dude.
This
You have to
one
write
was
it
the
down.
dumbest thing I heard all week. Was this student who was all butt hurt about a dude fixing the radiator.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Biden's telling his Amtrak story again.
Yeah. This is starting to feel mean picking on Joe now.
I thought that's what the show was about.
No, that's what talking about what's going on, but
I thought we had a whole segment about the dumb things Joe Biden says as president.
we do. I don't think Joe's there. Like it feels like elderly abuse.
It is elderly abuse.
And how far is someone's hand up his ass? Like that has to not be good for you.
It's gotta hurt.
He turned into Cornholio the other night.
Yeah, that might be my thumbnail, by the way. I already put that picture up on the Facebook page.
Oh, that was yours?
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious.
I seen somebody put like a pony underneath him.
I
That
saw a
was you, dude?
jetpack.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the reporter asked me a question. It took him like 20 seconds the whole time. Joe's standing there like he's got like suicide bomber switches in his hands, you know?
No, he's listening to the ear device like, okay, what do I have to say? Okay.
Say it slower and louder.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it slower and louder.
So, Treasury Department Secretary. Who is the Treasury Department Secretary?
Yellen.
Is he on vacation too?
Janet Yellen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Shit, by the way, who took her job at the Federal Reserve?
Not Tyrone, but fuck his name. Fuck. Oh, it's fucking
Ben Bernanke.
no.
Bernanke was there before her.
No, Ben Bernanke is like before Yellen.
That's what I just said. No, which is I feel bad because I've been on top of this for a long time.
Yeah, I can.
Then all of a sudden, Janet Yellen was Secretary of Treasury, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Oh wow.
What'd she say?
Jerome Powell. Yeah.
You just say Colin Powell? He just died.
Jerome Powell.
Is that his son?
No. That's his name, Jerome Powell.
Well, the U.S. Treasury Department Secretary warns that unvaxxed Americans that shortages will continue until everybody is jabbed.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jerome Powell is the treasurer of the chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
So Brian Laundrie's remains have been found.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
I don't understand. Did somebody kill him, or did he commit suicide, or did he die of natural causes in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, it was states away, wasn't it? From where the other one was found?
Oh, yeah. It's closer to his parents' house in Florida. but there hasn't been a whole lot of details come out about whether he committed suicide, his parents killed him, or what,
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the same person killed him and the other woman.
Hmm.
Right.
It just made it look like he did it.
Maybe, but it seems like there's more to this than anyone wanted to think about before. Everyone just assumed that this guy killed her.
Right. But now he turns up dead.
Yeah, so maybe something more is going on here. So you get for passing judgment, motherfuckers.
So if Pete Buttigieg, I guess he's not on
Is that how you
paternity
pronounce
leave
that?
anymore. Buttigieg.
Sure, all right.
He's not on
Buttigieg,
paternity leave
Buttigieg.
anymore.
I think he is actually on paternity leave. I think he only came back to make the one statement and said that it's a good sign. Then went back on paternity leave because he adopted kids.
Uh-huh.
Which, by the way, he's the secretary of
Transportation.
Yeah. moving shit in and out of this country.
Right.
Shortage everywhere. Ships piled up at sea.
Yeah.
He's been on vacation for 2 months. Somehow no one noticed
Right.
as the entire country backed up. And then he comes out and says, oh, this is a good sign that Joe Biden's doing a good job of getting the economy on track, that we can't get supplies from the ocean, the ship, to your store.
Right.
And when they do, it's even better. Joe's like, well, we'll just run the seaports 24/7. Like, you need people to work.
Yeah.
So from what I hear too, that you don't know where to put the containers they've been putting outside on the road. All these damn containers.
Yeah, I guess it's taking weeks for people to come pick up the containers to be refilled.
No, there's so many containers coming in. They don't know what to do with it. They've been putting outside the area. Yeah, or the port.
Yeah, it's taking weeks for people to come pick them up. Exactly. And they're piling up. And
yeah.
Shoot, I don't know. There's gotta be something we can do with these containers if no one wants them. But how are we supposed to? If there's no shortage of goods, then why is there a container buildup, not back up?
Well, they need to go back to China so they can fill them up again and send them back to us.
Yeah, exactly. If there's plenty of goods out there, we just can't get it here quick enough. Then why we have backup containers? You think they want them back as fast as possible to refill them?
Hell yeah.
Okay, we run the ports 24/7. We managed to find people to unload this crap. Then what? There's no truckers to drive this crap across the country.
No.
Because every third state you go into, you have to show identification and paperwork to cross the state line.
Well,
And your
also,
vaccine card.
Yeah, that's
also
exactly what I mean.
In California, the only people allowed to go to the port just union workers. So self-independent owners, they cannot go inside the ports.
All right.
Yeah, so that's another thing too. That's why nobody can go in the port unless you're a union worker.
Union.
By law.
All right, still don't know what I think of the union. I think in general it's a good idea, but I think it's being greatly misused.
It gets abused after a while.
Aren't you a member of a union? The T-shirt makers of the concert T-shirt makers of America union?
There's no union. I work for a dude who owns a shop.
Just wait, they're gonna unionize.
Hey, when I say I'm wearing my thirsty shirt, you know what that means? I guess that slogan's before his time.
All right, we're gonna have to bring this back. For everyone out
Build it
there,
back better.
everyone out there, put on your thirsty shirt to listen to our show. Because hopefully you drink enough beer that you spill some on yourself and your shirt drinks it right up.
That was a slogan from season 1.
Oh, early season 1 too.
Yeah, when we were still together. Live and in person.
You just get a bib.
What was that?
You get a
A
bib.
bib.
Oh, well, that'd be funny. Merchandise that's a bib for drinking beer
Yeah.
when you get blasted so you don't pour it on your shirt.
And after you finish, you can reuse it
For what?
to drink again. You don't waste beer.
So what's up with this woman that was raped on the train?
Yeah, it's a Newsweek article too, which made me think it wasn't just a bunch of bullshit. But like that's exactly what happened. She was on like the train, like the T, and forcibly raped. And there were a bunch of other people on the train that watched this happen, and
Nobody called 911.
no one did a damn thing.
For 30 minutes.
Um,
And there's video there about it too.
this is why you should own a gun. This is why everyone should own a gun.
What city does this happen in?
Philadelphia, I believe.
New
I don't
York.
think you're
to
allowed to own a gun
Philadelphia.
in Philadelphia.
What's that?
I don't think you're allowed to own a gun in Philadelphia.
Well, maybe that's how you managed to get away with stuff like this. But like, how did no one do anything or even call the cops?
They're too busy filming it.
Mhm.
Yeah, even worse. Really, in Philadelphia, you don't think you can own a gun? Pennsylvania, well, not all Pennsylvania is Philadelphia, I suppose.
No. So
but-
why can a county that jailed kids for a crime that it doesn't exist?
we can skip that. That's a garbage thing anyway.
All right.
They had some crime of like, I don't know. They made up a crime to like put kids in jail for like 10 days to scare them, basically.
Okay.
But you can't do that. You can't make up laws and put kids in prison. You know?
Well, Trump has sued the federal government to block the release of records from NARA.
You know he's gonna
regarding
lose.
January 6th. Got to try though.
Why? Because you're gonna lose anyway, and now they're just gonna say that this is proof that he's doing something wrong. Because that's what they always say. If you're not doing anything wrong, what difference does it make if we have a look at it? Then Hillary Clinton deletes 40,000 emails, and that's okay.
Yeah, because it was all about wedding stuff.
Jeffrey
And
Epstein
what
didn't kill
usually
himself.
happens-
No, he did not hang himself with a noose.
Yeah, you want some records blocked? He's claiming executive privilege. Does this have anything to do with Bannon?
Yeah, it's all about Bannon.
Okay.
Bannon was the first person that they went after, and when he refused to give up records, they found him in contempt of Congress. Oh no, not that. Not in contempt of Congress.
What does that mean?
It means the DOJ could go after him because he refused to abide by the Congress's subpoena. Or they could not. Depends on how they feel at the time of the day.
So
Typically, the DOJ doesn't do anything that the Congress says they should, but because we've got a Democrat Congress and a Democrat administration, there's a greater chance that he may actually have to face a penalty for this.
and what kind of penalty are we looking at?
Could be jail time.
All right. The more that's happened, the more I'm realizing Steve Bannon wasn't wrong about everything. I think he went about a bunch of stuff wrong,
Yeah.
but he was the one who predicted the parents were going to go nuts when the kids went back to school. Once they found out what the kids were learning in school, and look what's happened. Now they've declared parents terrorists.
Well, that's one of the biggest reasons why the governor race here in Virginia is a toss-up right now, is because McAuliffe came out and said that parents shouldn't have any decision-making process in what their kids are learning in public schools. And it's become a huge campaign event that's energized the independents and the Republicans against them. I mean,
Yeah,
Joe
young
Biden
kids.
won. Joe Biden won this state by 10 points 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and now they can't get a Democrat governor reelected that's already been governor, you know,
Mm.
4 years ago by a landslide.
I'm not sure what I think of that system you guys have down there. Like, there's no term limit, but you're only allowed to serve one term in a row.
Well, that's a term limit in and of itself, you know.
Yeah, but then
It's
you can
like,
come back after a term and come and be in office again. You could go every other.
McAuliffe is like the first person to do it in decades, if
Really?
ever. Yeah. The only reason he's doing it is because he's trying to keep his name in the headlights so that he can run for president whenever he feels like it's time to run for president.
You think he has a shot?
No,
Not anymore.
no.
No, yeah, he blew his foot off on that one, huh?
But he's attached to the Clintons, so he thinks he's got a rightful heir throne to run for president.
And right now, the black community is mad at him too because there are like 2 black people running for the nomination. He just pushed him over to get a nomination. So
Well, shouldn't he have to run against him in a primary?
yeah, but it's just the way it just the way he just you know how people are. Instead of letting them that you did your term, let somebody else do run for the governor. But no, you just like, nope, this is my fucking deal. I'm doing this again. So that's the way it seems.
I'm trying to convince the wife to run for local office.
School board.
Well,
I think nowadays they need to have like at least 3 parents in the school board now. They need to have parents on the board.
yeah, not all doctors and lawyers.
Yeah, they need to have like at least veto power or something because this thing is getting crazy.
And not just that, they should listen to what the parents say at the meetings, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the government and the curriculum should be based on what the parents say, that the government doesn't have all this authority.
It does now.
No, they really don't. They're only allowed to do what we say they can do.
They don't, but they're doing it now.
Well, let me put it this way. The Constitution does not lay out the rights of the people. It lays out what the government is allowed to do as permitted by the people.
And they're not following. So it's just a piece of paper.
Well, that's why they stopped teaching civics in the 70s or the 60s. Which so
Yeah,
that people
well,
wouldn't know this stuff.
Same thing with a restraining order, just a piece of paper.
Yeah, well, that piece of paper says I can defend myself, so
All right. Well, the
don't tread
Bonham,
on me.
the Bonham Richard report came out this week,
Yeah.
and you posted something in the group about it.
Yeah. Basically, there's a whole bunch of people to blame as to how this arsonist was so successful. That's what we said.
A system-wide failure of training and systems.
Yeah, they should have been able to put the fire out. This guy shouldn't have had access to do all this stuff.
Apparently, it took like 30 minutes from when the fire was first discovered to somebody actually sounding an alarm.
Well, it burned for like 3 days, didn't it?
Oh yeah. And nobody knew which button to push to activate the chemical washdown system, and there were things disconnected, and I mean, but this happens in the yards, you know, training goes by the wayside when a ship goes into the shipyard.
Why though?
Because people get more focused on, maintenance on the ship.
Repair. All I know is that I did as much training for casualties in port, but I was also in repair division. I was one who did the weekly drill you had to show up to for duty. Like you know you had to do you had to do a fire drill or whatever, or flooding or whatever drill every duty day, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
I was a guy who actually like put that weekly program together, or depending on your duty section cycle. The carrier on the Carl Vincent, I had an 8-day cycle. That was really nice.
Yeah.
The Vela Gulf, I had a 5-day and at one point a 4-day cycle. The 4-day sucked.
Yeah.
Anyone who might be paying attention, that basically meant I had to work for 24 hours on a ship and do extra training and sleep on the ship overnight. Couldn't go home, and everyone else here has done this.
Oh yeah.
Every 4 days sucked.
Yeah, that used to be the standard back in the day when I first came in. Every 4 or 5 day duty. Not
Dude, my
in-section
first
duty.
command,
It depends on the size of the ship.
No, it didn't depend on the size of the ship. I was on an aircraft carrier in 1988, and we were in 4-section and 5-section duty.
See, that seems nuts. You didn't need that many people on the ship to do basic taking care of it. You know what I mean? Oh, anyway.
my first command before 9/11, they had 12 duty section.
Sorry, I just heard a flying squad drill in my head. Heard the bells going off.
Well, I want Ray to talk about our next 4-star general that he's so popular
Admiral is
with.
an admiral.
Now, speaking of the Navy, let's talk about this new admiral.
She's not really an admiral.
I don't know. It says 4-star admiral right there.
She's in the public health field.
Can you hear me?
She is not an actual member of the military.
So wait, there's no military experience, and this person's a 4-star admiral.
Yes.
That's right.
Of the
Okay.
public health department.
Okay.
I
It's
think
like
he
she's
just
like
took
the Surgeon General of public health.
yeah, like
You know,
the
because the
Surgeon
Isn't that
Surgeon
the
General
Surgeon
was-
General?
wanders around. Surgeon General wanders around in a uniform, military uniform too.
Yeah, you're right. That's right, because it's 5 plus the other stupid 2.
Yeah.
Which I don't
Space
think Coast Guard.
Force has more legitimacy than public health admiral.
Yeah. And 4-star admiral. How much money is this chick with a dick getting paid?
A lot.
I bet a lot of Navy personnel upset. Like fuck, how the fuck?
I should have went into the public health field.
Damn it, I
No
sucked
shit.
the wrong dicks.
Yeah.
Well, let's be
Ah.
fair. Let's be fair. She worked her balls off to get this job.
Yeah, no shit.
That could be our title of the show.
And she worked her balls off.
Yeah.
Working your balls off to get higher rank.
That is a
Hey,
good
now
one. She
once-
worked her balls off. I should write
And
that
once you hit the
down.
title in the military, once you hit the title of general, you keep that for life.
Well, yeah, but anyone else goes by the same. Oh, I think Claire's in the Google Doc.
Yeah. And there's only one person had to turn in the rank of general, and that was Dwight D. Eisenhower because he was becoming the president, so he had to turn in the rank of general. And once he finished his term as the president, he got the general rank back.
Why would you go back to general after being president instead of keeping? Because it's always Mr.
Because
President.
You cannot, yeah, but no, just you cannot be a military personnel being the president
Why
as
not?
the president. It's just the way it is. Dwight D. Eisenhower had to turn. He cannot be called general while while he was president, service president.
Why would you want to be addressed as general if you're the president?
Now, I'm sure he got called president afterwards, but just the way it is. You know.
So, okay. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Now this Loudoun County thing that we were talking about earlier, where like girl was forcibly sodomized.
There's two
Now they're
girls.
saying we should actually look into these sexual assaults and see what happened.
Right. Should have done that a long time ago.
Yeah, pretty sure their principal or headmaster, or whatever, resigned too, didn't he?
No, just a school board member.
Oh, my mistake.
Mm.
Pretty despicable.
It didn't happen to just one person. It happened to another girl in another school.
Yeah, in another school because they transferred
The individual.
transgender student out of the school system, and magically he went into other girl's bathroom and did it again.
Because it was his first offense. They said, well, he hasn't done this before.
Not this school.
No, it's like, no,
But
that's why
5 other schools he's done it.
That's why they transfer him. It's like, well, he hasn't done this before. It's like, so you're thinking just send him to another school, they don't know that he rapes girls is gonna solve this problem? It's like, oh, you only did it once, so it's okay.
Right.
Again, I don't blame their
Hey,
father for
yes,
flipping
did I
out
send
and
you the
tossing
video?
chairs.
They send you the video of the Amazon driver in the bathroom.
What now?
Amazon driver.
I don't think so.
He was dressed up like a girl. He was videotaping girls in the bathroom.
That's pretty gross.
And they arrested him, and they found a bunch of videos and pictures of girls. He had a camera on his foot, on his shoes, a little tiny camera, so he can record girls in the bathroom.
I've heard people doing weird shit like that.
Yeah.
So what's up with this?
Yeah.
Even Politico.
I thought I sent you guys the video.
I think you did actually.
Huh?
I think you did. I think my wife sent me the same video.
Yeah, he got caught right-handed with a camera, wearing a wig in the corner.
Biden?
No, you talking about a pervert.
Biden?
Yeah. Okay.
Wrong pervert. The other pervert.
Apparently, Politico has even freaking grown a pair of nuts, and even Politico is saying that Biden isn't all there, and he's obviously trying to hide it by through this not doing interviews. Politico has pretty much had his back.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to listen to the news, like it's not news no more. They're not breaking news. They're like old news. Everybody else been talking about this shit for like the last 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
Joe Biden is not there completely. Like now they're making like, oh look, Joe
Well,
Biden's
we're
not
just
there
now
completely.
allowed to talk about this lab leak theory.
It's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like we're just now allowed to talk about it. But we talked about this. I was like, I don't know, maybe what if it was? And as soon as you said something, people are conspiracy theorists. Like, I don't think people got together. I'm just saying, accidents happen. But that's exactly it. It's like you're not even allowed to talk about things if it's not the narrative that's accepted.
Right.
That's something they cannot hide no more. Like, oh shit, we cannot hide this no more. Like,
Yeah. Like the Gates Foundation wanting to fund $120 million to increase oral COVID-19 drug distribution to poor nations.
I love how you just read the headline. Like you just read the link.
All I can do right now. I'm still awake.
Well, I don't even. So what? That's all I can think. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a pill, and maybe that's why you put it in there. Is because my dream, my vision of the malaria pill is coming true.
Did you invest? You should invest in the Gates Foundation.
I should have invested in fucking Pfizer.
you should invest like Pelosi. Whatever Pelosi does investment, you invest on that.
Yeah, she seems to always seem to know what's gonna happen before it happens, doesn't she?
She's yeah.
No
that's
insider
good.
trading information. though.
Almost like she has insider knowledge about laws that are gonna change, like, and can buy and sell stocks right before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be unethical and illegal, wouldn't it?
It's unethical. I don't think it's illegal.
It's just a piece of paper. Don't mind it.
Just a piece of paper. No,
Yeah, that's what it is.
that's a stack of $100 bills, asshole.
No, talk about the laws. It's just a piece of paper. You know, who cares about the law? They're
Well,
just gonna keep doing it.
the wealthy can say that.
Yeah,
You and I have to deal with the law.
yeah. You can afford good lawyers.
All right. Well, Biden, I brought this up briefly before, but Biden keeps telling this stupid story about the Amtrak that's already been debunked.
Yeah, and keeps talking about this dude, Ange, I guess is the guy's name, who like retired before anywhere what Joe was talking about, and just like none of the story lines up, but he tells a different version every time.
Right.
So God knows what's going on.
We need to ask about Corn Pop. What else he knows?
Corn Pop will probably know the whole story.
That's why I feel bad. Like I don't think Joe's there. I think he's only remembering bits and pieces, and he's putting a story together in his head that makes sense. And like I don't think he's
What? He's not there
coherent.
completely.
Yeah, I think he should be in a home with someone checking on him every couple hours to make sure he doesn't have
Shock.
scissors.
You got breaking news, son.
Breaking news.
Yeah,
He should
Joe
be at
Biden's not-
home.
yeah.
But instead he's a president. And like this seems like I don't know. Like I said, I didn't
Nobody's
get
talking about the 25th Amendment with him.
Oh no, that's why they brought it up for Trump, I'm certain. Was because they saw this coming. That's how they're gonna get Kamala in office. But that scares the shit out of the average person. Joe
They're
makes
just a
me.
bunch of
Hmm? Well, good.
they're incompetent, dude. They never get the shit straight and they always fuck it up. Like I would not worry about it too much. Like they they mess shit up, dude. They're just incompetent.
Yeah.
They're gonna do like, oh, we're gonna do this, and they're just gonna stumble and trying to do it. Like, yeah, you guys are incompetent. You're like, I don't worry about it.
Well, no, I think half our problem is that we expect half the population expects government to solve problems, and then the other half of the population thinks, okay, that's not true. Let me rephrase that. 35% of the population thinks government will solve problems. Another 35%, the government will solve problems, but with a different way to do it. And then the rest of the country thinks the government causes problems.
And actually, they cause more problem.
I'm confused.
Yeah, it's because you're one of the 35%. You're one of the parties. You're a Republican. You believe the government could solve some of our problems. And just like the Democrats, you just think you need a different way to do it. And I think the government's causing most of these problems.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have smaller government. We should have less reach of everything, all of this crap. We should be paying less in taxes. The average person should keep more. And it'll move money within communities faster. And
Well, that's why you're a libertarian.
Yeah, with less tax on it, people that are working harder on the bottom are still gonna be able to get by.
Country would be
Without
great
having
when
to
we get our
depend on-
first libertarian president.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. I'd love to see that happen. The last libertarian who ran for president got beat by D's nuts. You remember that?
Yeah.
Every time I mention it to her, the wife still laughs about that. She's like, he lost to D's nuts. That is pretty funny, though, isn't it? I wonder how many people are gonna vote fuck Joe Biden this next time.
No, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, that's already old, but it still works. All right. Apparently, Biden's got some bad polling numbers again. What else is new?
Shocking. Yeah. Just getting lower and lower.
Brian pass out again?
No, I'm
Did
still
he?
here.
Oh,
Um, I don't know. We put something in here every week about his polling numbers, but let's
it
just
would be hard to keep up.
let's just be fair. He's just been going down.
Yeah,
I
I think it's worse than that because they just don't want to say how bad it is.
How bad is it?
I think it's worse. Bad. Bad. Even he went to back home and he was greeted by a bunch of Trump supporters.
Look at
But
all the
he's getting-
homeless camps that
but-
opened up when he became president.
But he's getting the brand new security fence at his home on the beach.
He's what a racist putting up a wall.
Yep.
He's keeping people out because he thinks they don't belong. Jeez Louise. Like someone can't just walk in off the street and have a beer out of your fridge, you know?
Yeah. Hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What's this Virginia County thing I saw?
I think that's the
The election law thing? I
yeah.
apparently some law got broken. Oh, something bad just happened.
Look.
I just got notified that this is being recorded.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Yep.
Brian, were you not recording?
Apparently Zoom says I'm running out of space on the hard drive space, so I had to switch it to the cloud. So
No, the cloud, dude. You're never gonna get it down.
I'll get her down.
You
I
better
know how
have
to
a
work the
ladder.
cloud.
You just need some salt.
Salt.
Yeah, salt will make all the water droplets come back together in the cloud and rain back down.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper back. Salt and pepper back. I don't know. I had that thing in here for Virginia County. I don't know. I don't even know where it came from.
Well, this is also where McCullough stormed out of a television interview because he didn't like the questions that the reporter was asking him.
Oh, his butt got hurt that bad that he stormed out of mid-interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you better ask better questions next time that people care. Like, yeah, we are asking you questions that people care.
Was there a live interview?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can hear the recorder towards the end. They're like,
That's
you know,
even
it's like-
better, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
That cannot be good for his chances of winning this office.
Oh no, it's looking bad. That's why there's a lot of commercials about
That's why Kamala Harris is campaigning for him. Joe Biden's
Obama.
campaigning for him.
Obama is coming down.
Biden's wife's campaigning for him. Obama's
Oh, she
coming
got
down.
Yeah, the doctor.
Not Biden's
Dr.
wife.
Jill.
No. She has not been convicted of running that college into the ground yet.
What now?
Oh, you think about Biden is what's his face name?
Oh, Bernie Sanders' wife. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about Jill Biden. Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came down and she got booed on stage.
Did she
By
get the
leftists.
I love Brandon slogan?
No, it was a bunch of leftists. Leftists. They were protesting about fossil fuels and stuff like that.
Well, speaking of leftists, Joe Rogan continues his feud with CNN.
Joe Rogan's a leftist now?
No, but the CNNs are.
Oh, well, Don Lemon is. That's for sure.
And, you know, I think we talked last week about his interview with Sanjay Gupta.
We did. We definitely talked about that.
And, you know, Sanjay Gupta's like, well, you were prescribed this, you know, so they shouldn't have called it a horse dewormer pill, you know. But Don Lemon stood by his statement and he doubled down on it, saying that Joe Rogan's an idiot for taking ivermectin, which has been taken and prescribed billions of times for different things throughout the years.
Yeah, and what's worse is Gupta, like you said, went on the spot with Joe Rogan. Was like, no, you're right. They shouldn't have done that. That's not accurate. And then he ran like a pussy and wrote an article about how he He was afraid he was gonna be choked to death by Joe Rogan.
Right.
And then he said he never had a 3-hour conversation before in his entire life. That blew my mind.
I believe that.
How did he have a PhD if he's never had a 3-hour conversation? Like, I assume to be that educated, you must have sat down and actually like spoken to someone in your life. You know what I mean? You spend 3 hours playing fucking Halo with your buddies. You gotta sit there and talk, you know?
Yeah.
How many times a month does this show hit 3 hours?
Too many.
Yeah, exactly, but it happens. But it blew my mind that he said he hasn't had a 3-hour conversation. I was like, maybe this is why this guy doesn't get it. He doesn't talk to people.
No.
You know, he watches himself on TV, jerks off onto his face, and then goes out and spews out the same garbage.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yeah, just my
God
opinion.
damn it.
I
Okay.
can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. It froze for a little bit.
It's your
So,
Cox internet.
Using my 4G. I don't got money
Oh.
like you to use 5G.
I'm not on
What?
5G. I'm on Gigabyte.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I'm plugged
See, I
into
don't
a
got money
cable.
like you.
4G. You kidding me?
Hey, I'm poor, man. I don't got the
Poor.
money like you guys.
You have actual land that you just.
Shh. Nobody need to know that.
I love it.
He's moving there.
That's how I save my money, man. Like I don't buy all the
He's
fancy
gonna move
stuff.
there with the snakes. He's gonna
Oh, yeah.
commune with nature.
I get that. My buddy wants me to go out and drink with him more often. I'm like, I do enjoy it, but I'm putting money aside. I'm doing things.
Yeah.
You have
I
a
was like,
family.
I can't have a bug out bag ready if I'm going out and drinking every night after work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to keep fresh food in there, fresh ammo.
Yeah, I need to start buying more canned foods.
With my assault bow.
Well, there's been a new report come out saying that NIH has admitted to funding gain of function research at the Wuhan lab,
Well, we
which
all knew
Fauci
this.
flat out denied was happening.
This was obvious to anyone who actually watched the interview when he was speaking to the Senate. It was obvious that Fauci was lying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now finally the NIH is like, yeah, no, he obviously lied. And now people are shocked. It's like Rand Paul made a big deal about this.
Right.
Like, this is what happened. This is what you said this is. This is what happened. Why are they not the same?
Uh-huh.
Nothing's gonna happen. I don't know why we keep bothering.
Nothing never happens. And why didn't Trump
Yeah.
fire him?
He was
didn't
told
know.
not to.
So who pulled the
and
strings
yeah,
for Trump then?
yeah. Hey, by the way, you know how Buttigieg got those 2 months of maternity leave, paternity leave, whatever they call it. Guess who put that in the books?
He did what now?
Guess who make that into a law for the federal people to take like maternity leave for like months.
Months. That's
Trump-
Bill
unbelievable too.
Clinton.
Trump
Clinton.
did it. Trump did it.
Yep. For months.
Yeah, dude, he been going for 2 months now.
Jeez Louise. Thing is, the idea of paternity leave, which still blows my mind. The idea behind it is that the man could be home to help the wife or,
Yeah,
or the mother while she's recovering after the trauma of passing a human being through her cervix and vaginal canal.
And I took days off like that, but I didn't get paid for it, you know.
No, I
And I
used my
did it,
vacation time. I used my vacation and sick time.
Well, I was in a new job, so I didn't have no vacation time. So I had to take time off from my work, you know.
Yeah, not paid.
Yeah, not paid. So
Yeah. Luckily, when my daughter was born, I had vacation and a little bit of sick time, and I used it all up,
yeah,
all in
and
a row.
it is twice for me because I
I got
went
like a
from
week
one
and a
job.
half.
I went for a new job, and when I had my daughter, my last second child, I had a new job too. So I was like, all right, cool. It is what it is, you know. It's face reality, you know. Well, my wife was recovering from giving birth twice, you know. Well, hold up.
Yeah. Speaking of kids, by the way, they're looking to vaccinate a whole bunch of kids really soon.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. And they're
Makes
talking
me,
about doing it in school. I mean, it's just pathetic. I
Yeah,
mean,
coming back.
if you look at the numbers on how many kids are dying from COVID-19, it's minuscule. It's a statistical error.
it's less
This is
than
not
the
like
flu
measles or mumps or something like
or even
that.
influenza.
Exactly.
Like the flu kills more kids by a lot every year than coronavirus does for
Yeah.
children.
This is just another way for them to keep the narrative going.
We lost sound from you. I think you unplugged when you moved. He's like, oh crap, I did. Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, there you go. You plugged back in.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. It's
Yeah.
all part of the narrative.
Well, what I'm worried about is what if this malaria pill they're giving us every 6 to 12 months?
The
What if
booster
we?
shot.
Yes, yes. Thank you. How long have I been saying that, right? How long have we been saying this is just a giant test? Now everyone else is saying that. Have you noticed that?
Yep.
We were a year and a half ahead of that curve. Like right away, we said, nope, they're just testing to see how far they can push before people push back.
Right.
That's exactly what's happening.
Uh-huh.
But just what if you become dependent on this shot because your body is not making antibodies because you're being given them?
I
Because
can
that's
see that.
well, that's something that they found in a whole bunch of stuff with these vaccines. You know, these quote vaccines. What if you stop getting these shots and all of a sudden you get a lot sicker than you would have because your body's been depending on this regular dose of medication? You know what I mean?
You mean like the flu shots?
I'm thinking like an every 6 month corona shot. But we're under the third shot now.
Yeah.
We're coming up with 20.
And Israel are on to the fourth and fifth shot.
Yeah, and we're only like 20 months into this thing, right?
Yep.
So that's about every 6 months.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what if this is a twice a year shot, 3-4 times a year shot? And once you stop taking that shot, you're almost guaranteed to get sick because you're not getting your shot.
I don't think that they're going to get the compliance. I think with each booster shot that comes out, they're going to get less and less people that are willing to take the shot.
Yeah, well, I got something here about the AIDS thing. There we go. Are COVID vaccines giving people AIDS? And I know that makes it sound ridiculous. Like AIDS is specific. No, AIDS is the disease, not the virus. You can come to the same disease through different viruses. AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. This is saying that every one of these shots you get, and there's been a test in England, the Tatty Journal, which I thought was garbage, but I looked them up. They're actually a reputable English news source. But every shot you get, you losing, I think it's like 5%. Where do we go? Yeah, 5% of the immune system per week. Then each shot you get, the more than that, your immune system gets more and more deteriorated because you're depending upon this shot to stay healthy. You can't fight off virus by illness by yourself anymore. Now I'm kind of glad I couldn't get the shot because of health issues, because it sounds like I'm better off without it.
Yeah. And hundreds of GE workers in New York have walked off the job over the mandate to get a vaccine.
Yeah, General Electric, and you know what's funny? A lot of people don't think about GE in terms of what they really do.
They do everything.
Yeah, exactly. They do. Most people think washers and dryers. They make jet engines for the United States Air Force and Navy. You know, they make everything. Seeing a lot of this freedom flu is what I'm hearing it called now. But they actually just walked off the job, right?
Right.
Yeah, not even everyone got sick for a week.
I mean, look at what Texas and Florida have done. You know, they've come out and put rules in place where it's creating a showdown between the states and the federal government over the vaccine mandate. And I've actually heard some people say, like on the Clive and Buck show, that they don't even think that the federal mandate's ever going to go into effect. They're really thinking that they just made this announcement to scare the companies into doing it before the mandate went into effect. And eventually the federal government's going to come along and say, it's like, well, we don't have to do this mandate anymore because enough companies did it on their own.
Yeah, you talk about Biden's OSHA thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That never even got put into a place, but all of a sudden everyone started complying. And they cited Joe Biden as the reason why they were doing it. But look what happened in Southwest. All of a sudden their mandates disappeared, and all of a sudden they're flying again. The weather cleared up as soon as they weren't requiring all this ridiculousness out of their pilots.
Yep.
It was weird how that weather only affected Southwest Airlines.
Right. They're the only ones that fly into Florida.
Yeah, like Delta doesn't go to the same airport.
Nah.
Crazy, huh? It's because they make a cheaper, lighter plane. That's why it costs less to fly. It's actually made out of paper.
Paper mache.
Where do you think paper airplanes come from? All right. Get me back on topic, Ryan. Oh yeah, you should check that out though. This the Taddy Journal, and they're not no one. It took me a little digging to find it. Don't use Google to find anything that might disagree with what the mainstream narrative is.
Well, we talked about last week about how this new rising star sensation was number one on all the Apple Tune charts.
We did
with "Let's Go Brandon" song. Well, YouTube doesn't agree with Apple's charts, and they've banned his song because they're claiming the song contains medical misinformation.
Yeah, I put another one in there about the same exact thing. I like the first one better. The one I think you shared, maybe rated. Had more info. They banned music, which is obviously opinion.
Right.
And he made it a point of saying, I could write music about rape, murder, selling drugs, buying guns, no
That's
problem.
okay.
But as soon as I say I question the government, it gets banned.
Right.
It's a powerful point.
Yeah.
Actually, I gave it a little bit of a listen today because
song?
I finally did. It's just a deep Dr. Dre style beat, bass
Yeah.
beat.
I've listened to it.
Yeah, and him doing his thing. It's
Yeah.
not terrible, but it's not my style of music.
A lot of curse words.
No, he doesn't curse.
In one of the versions, he does.
When I heard, he said he made a point of saying I don't even swear and I'm getting kicked off for obscenity or whatever. But they also, you see, YouTube also removed an interview with an actual sitting congressman. I'm sorry, senator.
Because of COVID misinformation.
Probably. If anyone hasn't heard about this, you can find it at Rumble, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson. And if you are checking us out on Rumble, please hit the Rumble button. Technically speaking, we've been monetized.
We have?
Yeah, technically speaking, if we get this, if we continue at the pace we're going in like 13 years, we're gonna make like a
okay. Well, I did send you an email about some weird company wanting to put advertisements on our podcast. So.
Did they really? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't read my email. Damn it! I meant to check my email too. Oh, no.
I'm like, obviously they haven't listened to our show if they're trying to get advertisers for it.
Who cares if they're gonna pay us to say some bullshit? I'll say it. And then just tell her like, don't buy that crap. It's like they're not listening to our show, you know it.
Yeah. All right. On to Ray's topic here. Another one, Ray's topic. Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah. Yep. So I got into
oh, go ahead. No, go Ray.
I got into argument yesterday with somebody. It's like, you know, it's not a good thing to point out what happened. You know, get like the same thing happened with Marlon Brandon. I'm like, yeah, it happened to Marlon Brandon. I mean, Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee. And I guess he didn't learn from that mistake. You know, like you learn from people's mistakes, so you don't happen again. You know?
No. Fuck all that. You never, ever point a gun at anything you do not intend to destroy.
But well, he doesn't know that. He's a liberal. He don't like.
Doesn't
guns.
matter. There was a guy on staff who told him that.
You and I know that, but he doesn't. He don't.
He does know because before they handed him that even prop gun, they went through the training. He just didn't give a shit about it.
Okay, I did not know that part.
And you always check it to see if it's loaded or not.
And you always treat it as if it's loaded.
It's treated like it's loaded. But yeah, my argument with my friends, like, oh, you know, like, you know, don't talk about it because you know shit happens and it's like in the movies and stuff, acting like, well, he should have learned that. He shouldn't know that. I know about what happened to Brandon Lee. He should know that because he's in that same industry, movie making industry, you know, and it should not be taken lightly. But I guess of a lot of employees were walking off from the set because it's like a lot of precautions not being taken about other stuff, so it's not looking good for them right now.
Well, there's a lot of people that were doing things wrong, but ultimately the responsibility lies in the person holding the weapon.
You think anything's gonna happen to him?
Not a damn
Depends
thing.
on the state law. The other two do the state law.
I think he's gonna feel bad the rest of his life, and he'll probably I think he's probably already gonna burn hell anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna see I don't think he's gonna ever see the courtroom.
You won't even see a courtroom. Nope.
Yeah.
And he's the one who actually said we should go and shoot all the hunters. And he's the one who hates guns and everything.
Right.
Yeah, he was making fun of a cop because the cop I guess accidentally shot somebody, but yeah, he managed to shoot somebody accidentally now
with a fake gun too.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah,
And that's why everybody's
I just realized it's real.
Yeah, now everybody's making fun of him because of that shit, because you want to talk shit about
What's even
people.
worse is there's a dead woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for the family, they have somebody, they lost somebody, and it's nothing against them. It's just about him.
At
You
the
know,
very
he
least,
was,
he should see negligent, criminal negligence.
yeah.
I think.
But it all depends on the state, how the laws are,
New
and they
Mexico.
prosecute. Yeah,
They're in New Mexico.
I have no idea what the gun laws are in New Mexico, but
yeah.
you can't
Well,
just
they're
wave.
a very liberal state, so
Well, you can't. You can't just wave guns around anywhere.
you can in Texas.
Well, on your own
No,
property.
dude, what? You just Texas they just passed a law for open carry like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, they carry swords.
Oh yeah,
Well,
you can't carry a sword.
you
I
will
think that's
get
badass.
you will have the police come talk to you though.
That's in Virginia.
No, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you confused Texas with Virginia. Thank you. I'm flattered about it.
So I got on here that the GOP was expected to filibuster the Senate election bill where they want to federalize elections and take it out of the states' rights coalition, and they did it. And now
they
there's
basically
talk
talk-
again where they may nuke the filibuster, so the Senate will be simple majority like the House of Representatives is.
I don't, dude. They don't got Joe Manchin in their side right now. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Manchin's leaving the Democrat Party. Did we talk about that?
There's a rumor, but I
This
want
year.
to. That's just a rumor.
All right. So
And
Even if
also,
he did, who he caucus with? Because he's talking about going independent. Would he caucus more with the Democrats or the Republicans?
probably the Democrats, but he wants to be able to
Exactly.
say he's just like me. He's like the average person would call me a Republican, but I was like, I do not want to be affiliated with the Republicans because I disagree
Right.
with them too much to be affiliated.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what Manchin's doing. Is like for the most part, he's a Democrat. But he's like, I can't justify spending $3.5 trillion, and then
Well, they
telling
just-
people that $3.5 trillion equals zero.
Well, they just fuck him over with his state with the coal and fuel, So
Yeah, that's a big part of it too. Is he's worried about his getting reelected.
yeah, if we want to continue serving,
Well, he's the first rat fleeing that sinking ship.
then there was the other lady that got chased in the bathroom too.
Cinema.
Cinema, yeah. She's another one that is not agreeing with the Democrats a lot. So
What's even crazy is when you hear like Joe Biden or Harris saying there's only two people holding this up. It's like no.
you forgot about the other 50 senators.
Yes, you forgot about the other 50 senators that disagreed
So
too.
it's like you the minority now, basically.
Well, half the freaking government said no.
Yep.
And +2. And they're only worried about the +2 and not the half the country that said no.
Yeah.
That's what's going on with a lot of this stuff is they're just ignoring what anyone who disagrees with them says. And people that usually agree but disagree this time, they're getting all butthurt about it. And it's like feels like I'm taking crazy pills.
You are.
What do you got going on is more important?
Well, the news outlets have come out and said that they're treating conservative obituaries different to terrorists and dictators.
Yeah. Yeah, but we've been saying that for a while, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like what's his name there? Al-Assadi or whatever. Shit. That might not be
Al-Baghdadi.
right. Yeah, one of them, like actual like known terrorist, got a better obituary in the New York Times than like McCain did, I think, or something like that. They say now this guy was some kind of hero. It's like he blew people up.
They sent me the video about this guy went to college and asked for donation for the Taliban.
For the
And people were
Taliban.
Taliban, and people were giving him
Come,
money
Mr.
for the.
Taliban, tally me banana. What were you
But
saying?
yeah, the
I'm
kids
sorry.
were
That was too much
the
fun.
kids were giving him money up for donation, and literally he was saying like, yeah, to fight the U.S. and stuff like that, and they were giving him money, $50, $100. He just couldn't believe it. The school system is fucked up now. That's the college system. I mean,
I got nothing against college at all. I just
Mhm.
I just don't think it needs to be necessarily for everyone.
So Trump was in the news again this week.
Okay, that's an abrupt change for sure.
He announced his brand new social media platform.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get me on it already.
Good luck with that. It's not going to be out until the first of the year at a minimum. But the
Feels like a trap.
investors came out. It started at $12 a share. And last time I checked, it was like up to $85 a share. These people are idiots, my brother included. They're investing in nothing. There's no technology. There's no product. There's no nothing.
Hey, but
Trump has already tried to do this before with other things, and it's been a flop. So I would not start investing in it until it's actually on the air and competing with Facebook and Google.
No, but you know what? It's a good way to make money. Jump on it before it start getting bigger. And once you get a good amount of money,
that was
jump out.
What I was gonna say was if you had gotten in when it started at whatever
$12.
Yeah, $10. Yeah, $12 or something.
That would have already been a 400%.
Yeah.
Increase in value. You can say they're idiots, but they've already made money.
Hey, they didn't want to make it money. Brian's the one calling them idiots, so whatever.
Speaking of, did you listen to the new No Agenda show?
Yes.
Did you hear him talking about the bread ties?
Yes.
I laughed so hard when they were going through that. Like, did you know that the twisty ties on the bread that different colors mean different things?
Well, there's different bread companies, and it's not like
different ties too. Though.
Exactly, they use different color ties for different bread companies. It's not blue does not mean Monday for every bakery, every company.
Yeah, like that's a good process.
We talked about this like last weekend, guys.
Did we?
Yeah, you guys were too drunk to remember. I remember we talking about.
That's even weirder because oh my god, No Agenda shows listening to us. No, that's where they got the compliance idea, dude. No Agenda show stealing ideas from us.
Yeah,
they just better at it.
We're gonna need some monetization.
Yeah. Let's sue them.
We need some kind of value for value.
Yeah.
By the way, have you donated yet?
I have in the past.
So you are not a douchebag.
No.
Damn it. I was hoping to donate soon, and I was gonna call you out as a douchebag.
No, I usually donate around my birthday every year.
My birthday's coming up. That's what I was making. I was thinking about it's my 39th trip around the sun.
There you go.
Ray, you should really check the show out. It's fun. Dvorak's fucking hilarious because he's a grouchy old
guy.
Like a podcast or something.
Yeah.
The Podfather.
Adam Curry
invented the podcast. Bless me, Podfather, for I have sinned. See now, how do we do something like that with this value for value thing? Like, for example, if we wanted to start accepting donations, how would we even do that?
Cash out.
They use PayPal.
You just right to the PayPal account?
Yeah.
Then what do you do with it from there?
Then you set up a special account for it and transfer it out of PayPal into that special account.
Or just keep it in there to pay for storage, and we could use that PayPal account to pay out for like merch.
Yeah.
Let the show keep itself funded.
A thirsty shirt.
Exactly. Buy all my thirsty shirts. Well, I was thinking about. I was thinking for a while. I was like, a koozie is probably the way to go.
It would be, yeah. They're cheap to make too.
They are cheap to make, but someone might wear a T-shirt out of the house. You're not bringing a koozie to your buddy's house with the name of our show on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we can make the koozies with a little hanger, like you can hang your beer around your neck.
Like old lady glasses.
Yeah.
We can,
You're stealing that idea from the boat because Kathy
Oh.
found one for me.
Hey,
like
that's
that.
a good idea. Like, fuck, I don't have to carry my beers.
my
got my
grandmother used to
fingers to
have
eat.
one. My grandmother used to have one for her vodka drinks.
Yeah, see,
She loved her
you
vodka.
can eat while listening to us and drink.
Oh, you have to crack a beer to listen to us because typically speaking, we've been drinking and smoking for hours before we hit record anyway.
Yep.
Like
We just
for
talk
real,
about shitty news because it's just gonna get shitty from now on.
yeah. Typically speaking, I'm already blacked out by the time we start.
Well, apparently I'm sleeping by the time we start. So
Yeah, well, hey, you
Yeah.
woke up a half hour late, but you got up and running.
Oh, we had to reboot.
several times.
Oh.
It's time for a new laptop, and I don't have the money for it. So
Come on, people, donate money to our show
Yeah.
so we can buy new equipment.
exactly.
You say donate money to our show, but we actually have no way to accept donations.
We don't have enough listeners to get donations.
Well, it's fun to say, dude. Okay,
I know.
At least practice, get it ready for the real thing.
How? I don't know. We got some regular listeners that might throw a couple bucks here. They might buy a T-shirt.
Yeah. Well, we're thinking about. We've been talking about it off camera about changing the name of the show.
Oh, we
So,
discussed it
still-
anyway.
We discussed it. We haven't come up with nothing concrete yet, but it's
Well, that's what I
interesting.
brought. I brought up if you're gonna be a regular pot, then we gotta change the name of the show.
Yeah. Plus, like we never know who else is gonna jump in.
But we've always been the Jeffrey and Brian show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. I expected Claire to be here tonight. I was gonna give Claire a bunch of shit.
Mm.
She got scared.
Huh?
She got scared.
Well, probably got chased down by her trans friends for coming on our show.
Mm.
I was gonna give her a tough time about how I was trying to get a show together with her a while ago, testicles in their dirty tranny. Something similar to what this is, but more video based, whereas this is more audio based. She seemed interested, but never wanted to get around to it.
Mm.
I wanted to give her a hard time how lately she's been wanting to come on the show. Maybe because we finally pulled our heads out of our butts and figured out how to do this.
Mm. No, we sober up a little bit, so we know how to do it.
Yeah, just enough to to put together a Google Doc.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
who? I want to find out who our 4 listeners are in India are.
Uh-oh, we're getting popular in India.
India and our 3 listeners in Canada, and we've got 21 listeners in the US.
And that's just the audio only version, right?
Yeah. We had 4 downloads in Utah.
Nice.
1 download in Kentucky, 2 downloads in Michigan, and 5 downloads in Massachusetts.
This past week?
I guess.
No way.
And another download in District of Columbia.
Oh, Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe's watching
Joe's watching us. Fuck.
He's watching the Jeffrey and Brian show.
Yeah.
These guys
Brandon's
make
listening
sense.
to us. Brandon's listening to us.
Dr. Jill, get me a beer.
Let me listen to the sheds.
I need to listen to the shitheads. They're gonna talk shit all night about all the shitty stuff.
Oh fuck.
I am open to the idea of coming up with a new name for the show. Not necessarily in favor of it because I like the idea of what we do. What's this 9:37 p.m. thing?
It's a no for me.
Oh,
That's when I lost my hard drive recording and switched over to the cloud.
All right, you got written in there twice too.
Oh, good. I'm doing good.
So he don't forget the
Yeah.
first time.
All right. Forgot what I was saying. I had fun.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be fun if we actually got enough listeners to make money doing this though?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, anyone who does listen this long, seriously, give us a like. Actually, you know what? Likes are great. Rumbles are great. Even better is a share. If you share it out,
And
that's
buy
a
our merch.
yeah. Well, hey, we're thinking about making some merch. If you're interested in the show, this will only help us make the show because it doesn't cost a lot to operate this show. But we do have to pay a little bit of money every year for our web space. We could use it would be nice if we all got some nice gear to do this with. You know what I mean?
I need to upgrade equipment.
Yeah. Not to mention it's I don't know how much these guys put in, but I put in several hours a week trying to organize a Google Doc. I know, just buzzing. Ray's like, I click it and open it the day we.
Yeah, he doesn't even do that. He never opens the Google Doc.
He did tonight. I
No.
saw him. I've seen him occasionally put stuff in it too.
Occasionally, when I'm sober. When I'm sober.
Oh, that's definitely occasionally. All right, I'm gonna end the stream on Facebook.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for coming by. And I don't know, what do you think? An episode name? She worked her balls off.
I do like that name.
All right.
Hey, if you want to make no, how about like the easy way to make rank? You have to work your balls off.
That's a
So
long
too
title.
wordy.
Okay.
I'm about to come up with a fun thumbnail too. All right, everyone. I guess that's our show. Till next week.
Out.